Welcome back. So I'm back with another dollar video. What would I do if I only have $1? Now this one, I do not know how it's going to turn out. I've never even made this on any budget. So for the first time me making it, I'm going to make it on a shoestring. Here's how my brain works. I figure out what it is I want to make, and then I pick it apart. Pick it apart, pick it apart, pick it apart, so I can make it for less. So that's what I'm doing with this gnocchi. But I've never made gnocchi before, and I don't even know if that's how you say it. I don't know how you say it, but I know how to eat it, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's get over there and start making this. If this works out, I'll do it on a bigger scale. So without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Let's hit those pots, come on. So there's my haul. So I have some explaining to do. I got so utterly distracted trying to figure out what to get, I completely forgot to take pictures. The reason I take pictures is because I forget, one, what I spent, and I'm usually a few videos behind, and two, I like to show when I'm doing these extreme videos that I'm telling the truth and that you can do what I'm doing for the price about what I'm doing. But I completely forgot to take the pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I bought. I'm going to weigh some things out that I remembered to weigh at the time, and we'll get on with it. Let's start with the potato. The potato cost 88 cents a pound. I had 0.42 pounds, and that brought my potato to 37 cents. All right, here we go, because I forgot to take pictures. I have my scale out. For the potato, I zeroed it out. It's 88 cents a pound. Put my potato up there, and it cost 37 cents. I got a slice of cheese for 24 cents. The carrots, they were $1.19 a pound. I got 0.26 pounds, bringing me to 31 cents. All right, so I zeroed it out. It's $1.19 a pound for loose carrots. Up in here, gotta put my carrots so you can see that. There you go. 31 cents. The flour, I could not figure out how to get flour to make what we're going to make, or something that was flour-like, that could act like flour, but it really isn't flour, like maybe, dehydrated potatoes or something. I was trying to figure out what I can get for pennies. So while I was sitting in my car, I researched where can I get flour, like loose flour, near me, and I put my zip code and stuff in there. And lo and behold, I have been living in this town for 25 years and did not know this one farmer's market. You can buy that. I know now. That little secret ain't gonna get past me now. So I think that flour cost me like, anywhere between 5 and 8 cents, somewhere around there. I did put it in a separate bag because I got it yesterday and I did not want to have it sitting out like that. First thing we're going to do is scrub up that potato. All right, you probably can't see it, but I have some saran wrap here. If you're worried about microplastics and things like that, don't do this part. But I'm going to cook this potato in the microwave real quick. Just poking holes in it so it doesn't explode on me. It's just going to be easier this way, and the potato is drier if you cook it in the microwave than if I was to boil the potato, and that's the whole reason for me cooking it in the microwave. But boom, in the microwave she goes. While the potato is cooking, I'm just going to take these carrots. I think I'm just going to half them, so it just looks more substantial when I cook them. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do. Just the carrots that I have in here, I rinse them off. I'm so excited about that. And here's something else I just found out yesterday. There is a place that's not like a butcher, but like a butcher, where you can go over and get like chicken wings by the pound. And I'm going to go over there this weekend and check that out and see what I can get over there and see if I found 2 new spots. Gotta check, people. Had I not been sitting there going, how am I gonna get this flour? I never would have known about that market. All right. Let me check on the potato and see if that's done yet. All right, so that's done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the skin off while it's still hot. That's why I kept the plastic on it so that it's easier to peel. Ooh, it's green under there. Uh-oh, hope that doesn't mess with my belly. Well, it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna hold this with the towel and I'm gonna take the peel off. Okay, ow, 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 hot, hot, hot. All right, guys, let me do this first. All right, so I peeled everything off best I can. I got rid of some of that discoloring on it. It is what it is. We'll be fine. I'm gonna cook it. I'm going to smash up the potato. It had to be cooked all the way through. My potato was just at 3 minutes. So we're going to smash this down really good, like mashed potatoes. And that's what we're going to do. Just like that. Smush, smush, smush. Okay? As soon as I get that smushed out to my liking, we'll move on. All righty. I did really good. I took off all the pieces I thought were green. That was kind of like a chewy thing. I don't think I want that in my potato. What we're going to do now is going to add some salt. 1, because it's a potato and it needs salt. And 2, because we want to draw out any moisture. So I'm going to put some in my hand. And we're going to put a big old pinch. Well, it's in my hand already. I'm just pinching it around. Okay? Boop. Throw that over there. Give that a nice mix. We're going to do the seasoning later. Right now, we're just doing this. Am I in frame? I don't even know. Let me check. All right, I feel like we're in frame. I'm going to add 2 of the tablespoons. Actually, I'm just going to start with 1 because I don't really know what I'm doing exactly because it's 1 potato. But what we're going to do is we're going to mix some flour. And we're going to keep mixing the flour with the potato until it starts forming a dough. When it gets to like Play-Doh, that's when we're going to stop. I'm going to mix this through a little bit, and then I have to get in with my hands because I have to be able to feel if it's sticky or not. Yeah, let's put a second one in there. I'll start with 2 tablespoons. I'm measuring, so if you have to recreate what I'm doing, you know what you're doing. So sorry, but not sorry. We're going to start moving it. Oh, yeah, that's still moist. So we're just going to keep adding until it gets to where it doesn't stick to my fingers anymore. And it looks like Play-Doh. Okay, 1 more. I'm going to do a half of 1. And then leave it sit here. All right. So onward, forward, I'll keep count and I'll let you know. All right, we're there. It's kind of like Play-Doh and it's not sticking to my fingers anymore. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to either flip this mat over or get a different one because it has like these little square lines in it and I don't want that. Because it's going to stick to it. All right, let me wash my hands and regroup. Oh, by the way, I only used the 3 of the tablespoons. I still have a little bit left, so I did a good job picking out how much flour I wanted. All right, so I got the first one done. I have a little bit more here. And all I did was I just started rolling it out until it got to about the width of my thumb. So that's what that was the size I was going for. It's going to make more than I thought it was going to make. I was hoping I was worried my potato wasn't big enough. All right, let me roll this out into a log, and I'll show you what we're going to do with it after that. All right, I'm sorry about the lighting. If you're hearing some sounds, it's because I'm having some work done on my car outside, and they got an impactor going. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut these into like, I don't know what size I want to cut it in. Whatever size you want. I'm going to go about that big. So right about there. That's what I'm going to do. And then, I could probably put these side by side and cut them. As I do that, I'm going to take my fork. Now, this is just because, I mean, it's not going to taste any different if you don't do it, is I'm going to try and put some lines in it. It's not really working, but I was going to try. Yeah, it's not working out well, but it was a good try. So, there you go. I'm going to cut those into little pieces. All right, I think there's 24 of them there. I just took a little knife and cut some little lines in it, just cause. All right, let's get back to the carrots. All right, to the pan, I'm gonna add some butter. And we're gonna start cooking our carrots so that when the gnocchi gets ready, we'll be ready. So to that, trying to decide if I should cut these smaller or just I'm just gonna leave them in half. I'm overthinking it, right? All right, so we're gonna turn that down a little bit. We're gonna let these try and sear a little bit. I'm gonna add some seasoning to it, just a moment. All right, oops. Tried to get them all face down for just a moment. I'm gonna add some salt to it. I'm going to add garlic powder, onion powder, but I'm going to add that in just a moment. Just want to salt the carrots. All right, we're going to give them a couple of minutes to start softening up. You know, I changed my mind. I'm going to cook them a little bit, then I'm going to sear them. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water in here and let them start to steam like that until they get almost soft, and then I'll turn it up high and sear the carrots. All right, these are about halfway done. I can get my fork through them, but I have to really push. So I'm gonna start moving them around, and I'm gonna add some seasoning. I wanna cook these low and slow because the gnocchi's still gotta come in here yet. That's how I like my carrots, like that. So, we're going to turn these over. I'm going to put a little bit more. I've been using water. Just a little bit of water to steam it. But other than the one pat of butter I put in there, I should say. So what we're going to do is we're going to bloom the spices. Oh my, I only got a tiny bit of onion powder, but I got more. Going to add some onion powder to the pan. Gonna try and bloom them a little bit. That's it. That's all I got there. I'm gonna turn that down real low. Some garlic. I've already added salt and pepper. Yeah. All right, we're gonna let those, these are, it's on a 1 right now. It's that low because I don't want it to cook all the way, but I don't want to turn them off either. But I don't want to burn my spices either. All right. Let me get the boiling water over here. We'll start cooking the gnocchi, or however you say it, and then we'll drop it in. I've been told I say it wrong. I don't know. All right, let me move that to the back. So what you do is you drop them down in there. My understanding is when they float, they're done. That's how I make them when I buy them store-bought. So I'm just going to drop a few in there. I have the rest laying in some flour that I sprinkled on top. Bring that back up to a boil. All right, so we have some floaters. Boom. We're going to do that, and we're going to stick them in the other pan. I'm going to continue on until we get all of them out. All right? Got those cooked up real good, because in goes the thing we're cooking. Save some of your starchy water. We're going to need that. All right, so we're going to roll these around in the pan until they brown up a little bit. My pan got a little bit, what happened here? There we go. I'm going to take the carrots out for a minute. All right, I pulled my carrots out because they were cooking faster. I'm going to season up these gnocchi a little bit. If I was keeping the other in the pan, I wouldn't add this extra, but I want to make sure. This is onion powder that I'm adding, and we're just going to brown it up. Some garlic. And we're going to add salt right to it because we want this. We want the liquid drawn out, so the salt is very important. All right, so we're going to try and brown those up in the pan and go from there. I'll let you see what they look like when we get to that point. We're going to make a cheese sauce in here too, so don't forget that. So we still got quite a bit to do. All right, those are browned up. I like mine really brown. You do not have to do that. A lot of that's the seasoning. What I did was I pulled out a couple of potatoes because Eric said he wanted to taste it, but he didn't want a lot, so I pulled some out. So you'll notice that I don't know who's counting, but there might be some missing. For Eric, I'm going to put it right back in there. Okay, he had 5 of them. Woo, those look cheesy. All right, I'm just going to let that sit back there and do its thing. I'm going to turn it off. For us, I'm going to add some water to the pan. A couple of tablespoons. This is the starchy water. Okay, a little bit of fat. I've already got some in the pan, so I don't need a lot. And then we're going to take my 1 slice of cheese and we're going to start mixing it around in the pan. Oh, you know what? I put Eric's on high and turned mine off. Holy cow. I almost ruined Eric's. All right. Just got the rest of this cheese in here. And then we're going to throw some carrots back in. You can throw it in with the cheese or not if you don't. I'm throwing mine back in. There we go. And we just want to get like a little sauce. Probably should have used a smaller pan, but we're here now. That's it, guys. That's going to be my dinner minus a couple of bites from the kids. Okay. Let me put some of the carrots back in here to rewarm them. Turning that off. Throw them back in here to rewarm them. And then we'll keep a couple of carrots out so Eric can have a taste of the carrots as well. But that's my $1 dinner. I'm going to let it sit in here and thicken up a little bit. Let me call him down and we'll start the taste test. And there's my plate. Now I have some more on another plate for Eric because he wanted to try it with me. So it made a bit more than that, but you guys get the idea.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
All right. Eric's got to eat everything I have, so he's got a little bit of a taste. It didn't make as much as I wanted it to, but it is enough for one. So first thing you're going to do is try, now this was a potato. It's either, I don't know how to pronounce it. No, look at the cheese bowl I got. Gnocchi or gnocchi, I don't know how you say it. You ready? Let's go. Mmm.
That's good.
Yeah, it needs a little bit more seasoning on mine because the cheese is. Let me take a second taste. No, it's better. It's just I didn't have any cheese or anything on it. Try the carrot. They're just regular pan fried carrots.
It's good.
Those are good and seasoned, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That's also what your plate, my plate together. I think it was 97 cents.
That's
Not bad at all. All right. Well, there you have it. I don't have a wrap up, so there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment either way. See you later. Bye.